lighting, brighting, whiting, toning, and my personal favorite, revealing your real color. Anything other than what it is, which is you're bleaching. Hey guys, Akwaba, welcome to my channel. This is Nana. Today we're going to do something very different. We're going to be talking about Skin, the award-winning documentary by Nollywood actress Beverly Naya, and Dark Girls 2 by Oprah Winfrey's TV network. Now before we go on, let's see a little clip.
So we all have different reason for using bleaching cream. The most common reason is you don't love yourself. You don't appreciate yourself, how you're being made from God.
So I posted a little clip that I was going to do something on colorism after I saw the documentary Dark Girls 2, which is available on YouTube. I'll link it below. Skin is available on Netflix for everybody to view, so go see that as well. One of my subscribers, Crystal, she said she did not know that colorism existed in Africa. So I'm thinking a lot of you probably also do not know. It is a problem everywhere in the world that people were colonized. There is a need, there is a want, a desire a lot of people have to be lighter, brighter, and whiter. People always want to get close to as the lighter shade possible as they could get, and we're going to examine that today.
In Ghana, people said I was fair. That's what they call you when you have a lighter complexion. And then they used to call me Obroni, which is the term used for people from our side. And I really resisted it because I felt it othered me. It didn't make me Ghanaian enough. So I actually wanted to be darker. When I went to the States to do my graduate program, I once had my course mate, African-American, refer to me. She was saying, oh, I have this friend, she's as dark as you. And that was the first time I'd been called dark. And I thought, oh, this is so interesting because back at home, I'm supposed to be light, and here in the States, I'm dark. Growing up as a very dark-skinned girl in Ghana, I have a lot of experiences. I'm going to share an actual story with you right now, but I think I was really sheltered as a kid. Like watching these documentaries back and all of that, I see that I was very sheltered as a kid, and I thank my parents for that. My mom is the one I get my dark skin hue from. My dad is also really dark, but not like my mom. My mom's family, they're all very dark, beautiful, like women and men. It's like their skin is absolutely amazing and mesmerizing. So when I was growing up, this was never an issue for me, except you go to the market and people will call you Blackie or Blackie the cat, and people will be calling you Tum Tum Brony and things like that. Like those things, I just always took them as a compliment, honestly. Because as a child, seeing my mom, the way she dressed up and always looked good in prints and cloth and all of that, I never thought it was like an issue. Like I just thought, okay, like if I'm gonna grow up and look exactly like her, I guess I'm okay with it. That was until I went to boarding school, and I was about 13 years old when I went to boarding school. Now, a lot of the kids, about 90% of the kids that do go to high school in Ghana, adopt the British curriculum, and part of the British way of education is to send kids to boarding school. So I went to boarding school when I was about 13 years old, far away from Accra. My parents were not in Ghana, they were in the US, and I was here going to school. So I remember one time in an economics class. Now, everything that has to do with math, I automatically hate. If we had to do statistics, and I was a business student, I couldn't get away from elective maths and cost accounting and all of that, and I hated all of them. Okay, so now we're in class, in this economics class, and one of our teachers, Mr. J, I remember him very well. He had bleached to an inch of his blood vessels. Like he was red. And back in the day, early 2000s, it was not like these fancy products that they have now. It was pure hydroquinone. Like these people smelled bad, they looked bad, but for some odd reason, they just kept bleaching and bleaching and bleaching. So now we're in this economics class, teacher is teaching in class, and I've completely zoned out. Okay, I already established the fact I hate math. Anything had to do calculation, don't count me in. All my friends know that. So he's just talking, and he was like her.
and he was like, what's your name? And I was like, my name is Nana. He was like, okay, yeah, just like Nana, she has to choose between either using her soap or using her lotion every day, and that's why she looks the way she looks. And he laughed. I was like, okay. One thing that I remember significantly was the whole entire class was quiet. Now, these are 13, 14-year-olds in high school. The most like thing that we're known for at that age is being mean to each other, and everybody in the class was absolutely quiet. That this man had disparaged me right there, and it was such a shocker. So now everybody in the class is quiet. I'm looking at this man wondering what he's going to do next, and so I just got really quiet. And I feel like for me, that was when I knew that being my skin tone was not cool. It was not in, it was not desired, and it was not, you know, it just wasn't. In the documentary, my favorite actress Diana Yakini also said the same thing, that dark skin just hasn't been, and it just wasn't in. And so that was my first encounter with that. I remember he pulling me out of the class right after, and he apologized. He told me he's sorry that he put me on the spot, but hey, if you still want that cream, I can get it for you. And I was like, no. At that point, that man could have offered me a bar of gold and I would have been no, because I have just been embarrassed in class. I've always thought that it's really silly for anybody to hate someone or treat someone different because of some factors they can't control. Things that you just happen to be like, you are Ghanaian because you were born by Ghanaian parents. You are American because you were born in America. Like, it doesn't make you special. It doesn't make you different. Having the skin tone I have is because I have two African parents who have the skin tone that I have. I can't do like much about it. But a lot of these girls and men who do bleach, my heart goes out to them, because if you have to go through a lifetime of just teasing by people and being undesirable and not being picked for roles when you're an actor and not getting support or not being picked for certain jobs in Ghana, I was researching this topic, and it seems like if you're not a light-skinned, bright-skinned kind of person, you might not even get front desk jobs, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But this is the thing on the ground. Our politicians, our actors, our popular people, most of their wives are light-skinned, if not all. The moment a man like reaches a level of success, he picks a woman who is lighter skin tone to be his better half. And these women, even if they were dark before they married this man, soon after they start bleaching too.
You probably ask a Ghanaian woman and she wouldn't be sure that it's even affecting her in any way. But from just being told that, wow, you're looking nice today, are you fairer? And most people also try to tell me that I'm beautiful, I'm fair. And I'm like, no, I'm kind of brown, I'm chocolate, I'm dark. You know, I'm fine being dark. And it affects us in very subtle ways that we don't see, and then we in turn teach our children that.
This is not an issue to be trifled with, because it goes all the way to everything that we do in life. Like when you take things like medicine, right? They show how in medical school and nursing school and all that, they show how certain kinds of symptoms show on white skin. Light skin, that is always like the point of reference. So now when the same medical condition happens to someone who is like a darker hue, how do doctors even identify that? You take this camera. This camera was not made for me. It was not made for my skin. I had to learn how to light my skin and make certain parts like show better on camera from Issa Rae's production company. She used that for Insecure, and I had to learn how to do that because the base from Kodak for the camera that we use is from a white skin, a white woman's skin. And Beverly Naya caught that in her documentary Skin as well. Like, this is not it. I have to actually make this machine work for me. It wasn't made for me. So in every facet of life, there's sometimes laser hair removal. I wanted to do that, and I researched and I found out that it doesn't even work well on dark people's skin. Like, you need someone who is very professionally trained. You can't just go anywhere to do that because the machine actually was not like made because of the light and how our skin absorbs the light, it wasn't made for us. So when you think about all these things, it feels so like, it's almost like nothing was made for you. That somehow you're an anomaly and you have to be the one to make things work. And it's real up till today. Back in the day when women's photos had to be sent around, again, something that was in the documentary, when women's photo had to be sent around for men to pick who their mistress was going to be, a lot of lighter skinned women got picked because the camera captured them better than the dark skinned women. Annie Leibovitz has been in a lot of trouble for the way she captures like dark skin, because I mean, in a way, yeah, but it's not really her fault. Like, it was not made for us, you know. So you take a lot of things and now you just take that into account. It just makes like the whole thing just really silly, just really, really silly.
Have people who are lighter as opposed to people who are darker. And this will be over 10 years ago, but there was something on TV. The person said, Oba koko onene dampem na yedum kenya kra uhuno. It means a lighter skinned person, if you are in bed with her and the lights are off, you'll still be able to see her. And I think this became a very popular thing that people were talking about. So everybody wants Oba koko, a fair or a light skinned woman, because then you don't have to go to so much trouble to see her in the dark, right? And this is where my personal consciousness about how desirable being light-skinned is.
I had this really fierce argument with my mom about this topic like a couple years ago, and I told her that I know for sure that I'm not going to be a pick, like just among like successful African men, I'm not going to be the first choice, and I was okay with that. And of course, she's your mom, she doesn't want you to feel like you're an other or something. But I told her, look around, just Google like president's wife, African president's wife, politician's wife, Google like anybody, actors, like just even the men themselves, like Google, and you see that just the colonialism, the white supremacy has done a number on this continent. It's not a thing that you just like trifle with. It's real. It affects everyday life for a lot of people. It's actually insane.
There was this issue we had with Nivea, I think, in Africa, where they were selling, and this I had a problem with on my show specifically, where they were selling what seemed like, you know, a lightening cream. And that's something they wouldn't sell in Europe, for instance, you know, but it's in Africa. My aunt lives in Italy, and she says the Nivea they don't sell what they market to us in Africa. But because they know how big colorism is here, because they know how women want to be lighter skinned, they sell it here.
I need a product that I can really trust to restore my skin's natural glow. Nivea Natural Fairness Body Lotion, containing unique berry extracts and UV protection to restore your natural glow and care for your skin.
Hello, here to pick up your sister? Mommy? Mommy? Wow, such beautiful glowing skin.
Reveal your natural glow with Natural Fairness Body Lotion.
But it wasn't until I got to America that everything changed for me as an African teenager being in New York City. People would literally come up to me and be like, oh my God, I really, really like your skin. It would be like a lot of Caribbean girls. It would be a lot of like, and Caribbeans also have this problem. They have this bleaching problem. They would come up to me and be like, oh my God, I love your skin. Majority of the people that did come up to say that to me were usually white women. They just like, oh my God, your skin is so beautiful and you don't have like this, you don't have that. Like I have like a million pimples on my face and just a few of them might show visibly. But it was then that I was really reassured in my Africanness and in my Ghanaianness and just being like a really beautiful dark-skinned woman, because like it's unfortunate, it's kind of pathetic that I had to leave Africa to go to the West for people to appreciate me. So from then, I just started my whole Mother Africa, life. I had this blog called My Love Letter to Africa where I would blog about it. It doesn't exist anymore. And I started wearing these head wraps and just wearing as bright colors as I could possibly, as I am today, because I just got reassured in my fact that, yeah, I'm not invisible anymore. I'm not fading into the background anymore. Like, I don't have to be okay with the fact that I'm just not. You know what I mean? And so that just really assured me that it wasn't a problem. That if I didn't internalize the hate that I was getting for that, it was never gonna be a problem.
96. I start 96, but I'm not fair, but I'm chocolate. So I started using it, so it changed my body up. I didn't see any black things in my body. So I realized 2011 going, then it starts small black things is coming to me. The more it's coming, I'm buying more cream to remove it, but no, it's not going. Already it can, if you use it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then your color will change. If you are black, you see say black have left, then you make white. But at long last, then it spoil your skin.
For a person, for a young person especially, to do anything in life, get a job, do this, get a career, you need to have some confidence in yourself. Now, how do you get that confidence in yourself when you're repeatedly told that what you are is not it? You need to be lighter, you need to be brighter. You take age in Bollywood, for example, a lot of the dark-skinned people that I'm reading about, they do not get roles, and when you do get roles, you're not the love interest. And this also goes for men as well. We don't usually talk about that, but men as well. Dark-skinned men in a lot of things I thought as savages, as this King Kong characters, as brutes, and you're so dark, and you know what I mean. It was just recently that people like Morris Chestnut and Lance Gross and all these other beautiful actors coming up, that they're now starting to be desirable, and also when you take light-skinned men also who are lighter skin tone, people think of them as soft and naive and not masculine enough. These are stereotypes, and unfortunately stereotypes go a long way to affect people in their daily life. So I'll just say this to people, no matter what you are, please do not touch that skin of yours. It's just very recently I go to Accra and to other places, and people literally ask me what cream I use. I just use Vaseline, cocoa butter, and shea butter, and Cetaphil, and whatever else I get in the moment, I put on my skin. I don't really have a skin routine, but people just really not come to me and don't change your skin tone, don't change the housing. People really now are appreciative, and I wonder where these people were when I was young. You know what I mean? But there has been a shift in the thinking. There has been a shift in the way Africans see themselves, and African Americans see themselves, and people in the Caribbean and Black British people. There's a celebration of Blackness everywhere in the world, and I'm so glad that I get to see this during my lifetime and not when I've just passed away, before I find out that people are now accepting people just for the way they were born, period.
I love my complexion. I think the usual growing up, you're like, oh gosh, I want to be light. I want to be like the other light-skinned girls. They get more attention and stuff. But I think the older you get, you kind of embrace, this is my color. This is what I look like. And I love it. It may have taken a couple years to get to the loving stage, but I'm in love with me and what I look like.
So wherever you're watching this from, subscribe, thumbs up this video, but more importantly, I want you to share your stories with us, man, woman, child. If you have experienced any sort of discrimination based on colorism, or the fact that you're a different shade, or you're this shade or that shade, or whatever it is that you experienced in your childhood, I want you to share with everybody in the comment section. I like it when you guys engage, you just bring out experiences from other perspectives that I don't have. So go ahead and do that right now. Thank you so much for subscribing to this channel, for watching this channel, for returning to watch my videos. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.